California Air Resources Board has approved a first-in-the-nation rule to cut emissions from diesel-powered trains with the goal to ban the use of locomotive engines more than 23 years old by 2030. This as the American Lung Association's annual air quality survey shows 98% of Californians live in communities with unhealthy levels of smog or fine particles, and the greater Los Angeles area maintaining its title as smoggiest metro area in the nation.
So with more, we are joined now around our round table with our Fox 11 medical contributor, Dr. Michael Daignault, our meteorologist, Rick Dickert. It's nice to have everybody together. Hopefully we can have some drinks after this. I feel like we're sitting at a bar or something.
Yeah.
All right, so doctor, let's start with you, the medical reality of here. How concerning is this when we hear about these air quality issues?
So it's very concerning, Alex. So first, definitions. When we talk about ozone, up in the stratosphere, we have ozone that protects us from the harmful UVB rays of the sun. What we don't want is ozone down at the ground level. So ozone is what we call smog. And we get the ozone smog down at the ground level from so many emissions from tailpipes, smokestacks, that they combine together in the presence of sunlight, and that creates ozone. The problem with ozone down at this level is that it directly interacts with lung tissue, and it denatures our proteins, it causes damage to DNA, and increases the chance for long-term inflammation in the lungs.
That's not good.
No.
All the way around. Meteorologist Rick Dickert, why is this happening?
Here in Southern California, we are prone to the smog because of our topography, because of the way that our natural weather systems work. We have this high pressure system indicative of our Mediterranean climate, which keep us in this inversion, this cap. As you look at our graphic here, it shows you that that trapping mechanism is in play. We have the combustion, as we talked about. We have so much industries and automobiles that are emitting those pollutants, and they are trapped by this inversion layer. Strong high pressure system. Our topography plays a role as well. All the mountains across Southern California keeps all of those pollutants in play, and that is why our smog is so bad. 1943, smog was detected here in Southern California. We are one of the smoggiest areas, and we have made some strides, some good strides in terms of keeping things better, but still.
I mean, because we think about like the 70s and 80s, it was worse, wasn't it?
It was awful. Yeah, it was awful with those automobiles back then.
Yeah, and so Dr. D, from a medical perspective, what can we do to protect ourselves, and do we even need to protect ourselves from all that?
Yeah, we certainly do. There's a bunch of practical steps that we can all take, and so we all spend a lot of time in cars, and so scientists did a study that showed that if you run your air conditioning in the car, it reduces the chance for in-car pollutants by 30%, so that's one huge thing. In the home, it's really important to keep the carpets and the rugs cleaned and vacuumed. You want to use a moist cloth to clean up all your surfaces. You want to think about investing in an air purifier, or just get some good plants. So ferns, bamboo palms are really good, and you want to ask your landlord to clean your air ducts, and you want to change your air conditioner filters and your filter in your vacuum as well. So there's a bunch of practical things people can do at home.
But if people are like, because we know Marla loves to go running, we all like to be outside and do stuff. Are they hearing that? Should you be concerned going for a hike? Should you be concerned going for a run?
Am I dying, Dr. D? I've read a lot of miles.
But it's inland areas, guys. That's where all of those pollutants end up, like out in Riverside and San Bernardino, because of the sea breeze that blows it inland. If you're at the coast, air quality typically is much better. But inland, because of the way that our weather system works, those are the areas that are really problematic.
Yeah, and I would say if you can, try to run in parks or near the beach where there's less likely you're going to be around traffic and you're going to be directly inhaling all the combustion from cars. But, this is the price to pay for, living in beautiful weather.
But you made a point off camera, I want you to make on the air about that we're durable beings and we filter this out before it gets to our lungs.
Right, so one thing we always have to remember is that our upper airways, the lining of our nose, the lining of our mouth, does a very good job at sort of sieving out those pollutants, those allergens, before they get into our lungs.
All right, so Rick, we've talked a little bit about the progress that we've made. We know that California has more sort of green technology policies than anywhere else in the country. We also have more people than anywhere else in the country. We've got more cars than anywhere else in the country, so it's a more complicated problem here. Are we making real progress? What are our policies actually doing from a meteorological perspective?
I do think so, but again, we have this system that is set up with our meteorology and with our climatology that keeps all those pollutants trapped, and as we continue to see that congestion and that combustion, we're going to still see smog problems. And Air Quality Management District, they keep showing us that that trend is up.
Mr. Dickert, Dr. Daignault, Dickert and Daignault, folks.
Yeah, what a combo here.
Yeah, that was nice, round table.
Yes.
Now we need a drink.
Now we need a drink. Well, we got a little more show first,
Yeah.
including this. Arnold Schwarzenegger.